Greetings, fellow gaming enthusiasts. This is Revan here, and today we've got some news to talk about that leaked yesterday about a certain fighting game, and that fighting game is called Dragon Ball FighterZ. At least tentatively, that's what it's called. Supposedly, maybe, possibly, we don't know if that's really going to be the final name for the game, but it leaked yesterday, and I'm late to talking about this news because I was busy yesterday, but here I am today talking about it. So, what is Dragon Ball FighterZ? Well, it is a 2.5D fighting game by Arc System Works that's going to be coming out early 2018 for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's going to be this great-looking Dragon Ball game, as you can see by the screenshot here. And the reason why it's going to be great-looking is because Arc System Works is behind the fighting game franchise called Guilty Gear. And their most recent releases on PS4, Guilty Gear Xrd and Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, Sign, whatever. I can't keep up with all the different names of the sequel. So those games are just like really gorgeous visually, and they animate so well, and they're so beautiful. And the fact that Arc System Works gets to work on Dragon Ball as their next fighting game is absolutely insane. Now, of course, it's not quite unexpected because Arc System Works has done a few of the handheld Dragon Ball games before, such as like Supersonic Warriors, and Extreme Butoden for the 3DS, their more recent release. And Extreme Butoden was a fighting game, but it was way more dumbed down for the handheld system because you obviously can't do nearly as much in terms of combat depth with the controls that the 3DS has. It just doesn't work that well. So, I wouldn't use their handheld output for Dragon Ball as a bar or measure for what to expect for this game. This game is going to be on a much higher budget. It's going to be given way more time. It's not going to be like a side game, like spin-off thing. It's going to be the 2018 Dragon Ball game. And it's going to be what Bandai Namco, Bamco, is going to push next, across this whole year leading into early 2018. Now, it's rumored that this game one of their goals is to get this game to EVO, or to that crowd, like get it into EVO 2018 maybe, possibly, appeal to that crowd. And I think that's really huge because we haven't had a Dragon Ball fighting game that's geared more towards the fighting game community, competitive community overall, since arguably Super Dragon Ball Z. Some people might argue Burst Limit, but Burst Limit, you have to remember that Burst Limit wasn't 2D. It wasn't 2D. It was a 3D fighter like Tekken. And Super Dragon Ball Z, yes, Super Dragon Ball Z is also a 3D fighter in a similar way, but it had 2D mechanics to it, like how the motions were based on Street Fighter motions, and the movement was more rigid. It wasn't as easy to do, so on and so forth. So, I mean, really, we haven't had a game like this since, I guess you could say 2008. Otherwise, I would say 2005 or 2006. And that's huge. I've personally been really wanting a Dragon Ball fighting game in this vein for quite some time now. Since probably after Battle of Z, I really wanted a game more like this, more like Budokai, in the same kind of design mindset. Not really exactly like Budokai, but in the same mindset. So this is the same mindset, same design, like the design behind it. It's 2.5D gameplay. They want to make use of the Dragon Ball characters and lore to give us amazing high-speed gameplay, and they're going to deliver it with awesome visuals like this, like breathtaking, beautiful character models. Like, this is a low-quality screenshot here, and you can just see the detail oozing from the characters, even though it's so low quality. So I can't wait to see how they're going to officially reveal this game on the 12th. Like, what kind of trailer we're going to get. I hope it's more than 30 seconds long. I hope we get like a solid minute of being able to see these gorgeous visuals and how the characters animate and all that stuff, because that's what Arc System Works does really well. Now, another detail I have not talked about yet is the 3v3 tag team system. Apparently, it's going to be a 3v3 tag team game. So it's going to be like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So they're gunning for that audience because Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is only a two-person tag team, like two tag team system, 2v2 system. So we'll have to see how this game does. I'm pretty sure it's going to do amazing. I think it's going to capture both casual and more hardcore audiences, because Dragon Ball community just eats up anything that looks visually beautiful. Like, Burst Limit is still heralded as this beautiful Dragon Ball game to this day, despite the fact that it had all those gameplay fallings and mistakes they made with it. But people still love that game in some way just because of the visuals alone. Like, people don't really hate Burst Limit. People just don't like the direction they went with the gameplay. But I am sure, casual players who love this game just for the visuals, character interactions, special move animations, all that stuff. It's going to be gorgeous. I just know it's going to be. I know Arc System Works is not going to mess this up in that department. We'll have to see how the gameplay is, though, overall, in terms of how it will be friendly towards casual players, if at all, and competitive players alike, if it'll, be deep enough for competitive players to get into, like Guilty Gear. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this right now. Tentatively, Dragon Ball FighterZ will have more information dropped apparently on the 12th, which is when it was supposed to be announced, but we got this leaked information. So tell me what you guys think of Dragon Ball FighterZ in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Later.